Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the live stream. I'm going to start the D-star Net here in just a couple minutes. First of all, I thought that I would let you guys tell you a little bit about the new look of the live stream. Increase the resolution some. Hopefully, it looks a little better to everybody. And the map that's on there is the VHF propagation map, which any of you aren't familiar with it. The colored areas are where there is extra propagation for VHF. And when we're talking about having 2 meters band open, that's what we're talking about. So it's a little hard to see on here, I realize, especially if it's on your phone. You're probably not going to be able to tell much from it. But center and slightly up above center is Springfield, Missouri. Right there about the top of that green surge that's going up through there. So it looks like we've got some enhanced propagation down into Arkansas right now. So anybody wants to get on Simplex later, that might be some fun stuff to do. And I think it's just about coming up on time. About 10 seconds, so catch you all on the net. Good evening and welcome to the OARS D-star Net. This net meets regularly on Monday night at 8 p.m. on the OARS 444.150 D-star repeater. My name is Wes and my call sign is AE0OC. Well, while this is not an emergency net, if anyone at any time has emergency traffic, please call break. Does anyone have emergency traffic? Please call now. All right, well, hearing none, I will move on to announcements of interest to amateur radio. We do have a winter storm watch for tomorrow, and I'm going to try to bring that up on the live stream. I will be using NetLogger for check-ins on this net, and anyone who wishes can check in early by monitoring the OARS net there. The first announcement is the Ozarks Amateur Radio Society meets on the second Saturday of the month at the Happy House restaurant in Monette. The meeting is at 7, but everyone is welcome to come eat at 6 p.m. to enjoy some good conversation. Individuals pay for their own meal, but you do not have to eat to attend. You also do not have to be a ham to attend. Everyone is welcome, including family members and those interested in amateur radio. The next meeting at Happy House will be Saturday, February 11th. More to follow. And Saturday breakfast with the OARS Club for January will be 7:30 a.m. at Family Restaurant in Mount Vernon. I will say we only got one more Saturday in January, and starting in February we will be at Family Restaurant in Aurora. But this week we will be in Mount Vernon. And the OARS Club now has 3 regular nets. The D-star Net on Monday at 8 p.m. on the 444.150. The 2 meter net on Tuesday at 7 p.m. on 146.97, and the Simplex net on the first Saturday of the month at 7 p.m. on 146.460. And so make sure you join us for all of those nets. Come join the Smart Club at Jordan's Shop, 4094 North Farm Road, 157, Springfield, Missouri. That's this coming Saturday, the 28th, starting at 10 a.m. for the Q1 Tech Day and the Winter Field Day. bring your broken radio gear and get some help with repairs, or do some operating on HF. Lunch and dinner will be potluck, with the club providing the main course, so bring a side dish if you can. And this net is now also being streamed on the 59 Radio YouTube channel, so if you want to see how you sound on D-Star or missed part of the net, you can go to 59radio.com for details and a link to the channel. Are there any other announcements of interest to amateur radio? Please call now. Well, I'm not hearing any, and I've got a few early check-ins and then some netlogger check-ins. So let's jump right to the early check-ins with KE0MAD. Sean, how are you doing tonight?
Hello, Wes, and everybody on net. Yes, KE0MAD. Yeah, I'm getting ready to shut everything down for the night. I got to be up 1 in the morning, so thanks for doing the net. And also, today I went and activated my first park on POTA. That was pretty fun. I could see that could get addicting. Anyway, thanks for doing the net, and I will catch up with you guys hopefully tomorrow evening. KE0MAD.
All right, Sean. Well, I'm showing your picture for your activation that you sent to me earlier up here on the live stream right now. So anybody wants to see that, just head over there and look. It looks like your antenna did real good. You shot out in every direction.
Yeah, it seems to do very well.
Well, that was great getting your first activation in. Now you're all practiced up and ready for the POTA group, which I'm excited to get that going. I did manage to reserve the shelter area up there, the little picnic pavilion. It's supposed to handle up to 100 people, so let's give it a try and fill it up. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, it sounds pretty awesome. All right, Wes and everybody. 7-3s. I'm shutting this thing down. Catch you later. Thank you. KE0MAD.
All right, 73, Sean. Have a good evening and be careful out there tonight. Let's move on down. Next on our list, we've got W0HSN. Lee, how are you doing?
Yeah, good evening, Wes and everybody on the net. W0HSN in Greenfield, Missouri. Oh, busy day today. Started my second day of rehab, and it took its toll on me, so I'm going to hit bed early tonight. Got a fairly big day tomorrow. Other than that, not a whole lot going on, Wes. Talked with Sean this morning on my way to Lamar, and man, the repeater's doing a fantastic job. So with that, I'm just going to get a few things sorted out here tomorrow, the next day, for the OARS Hamfest in Mount Vernon. And probably see quite a few people down there. Thanks for getting me in tonight, Wes. I'll try to get on here often, and I really enjoy the net and the camaraderie on the frequency. Thanks again, and we'll see you probably tomorrow sometime on air. W0HSN, back to you.
All right, Lee, we very much appreciate you on here tonight. And yeah, tomorrow night is the 9/7 repeater net, so hopefully we'll catch you on there too. So let's say 73 to you and move down to our last early check-in, which is KA0RM. Bob, what do you got going on other than I know you're leaving out tomorrow?
KA0RM, good morning. Good evening there to one and all there. Yeah, I want to get out of here before the snow. Go to Indiana. So maybe coming back in the snow. But hopefully it won't be so bad. What they're saying going east that Illinois is not supposed to have much, St. Louis is not supposed to have much. What they're saying so far, anyway, 1 to 3. So maybe I get out of the worst part of it here. Anyway, that's about it. So, like Sean, I think, I guess on 8 o'clock, stick up, I guess, the rest of the net there and see what's going on. A0CKA0RM. Good evening.
Well, all right, Bob. Thanks for checking in tonight. And you definitely be careful out there as far as you're going to be driving. For anybody that's watching the live stream, I did finally put up the winter weather watch that we've got going on there. And it's been up there for a minute or two. I'm getting ready to take it back down and get it out of the way. But it took me a minute or two to figure out. Still learning some of these new tricks with this OBS broadcast software. So we'll move on down. Next on our list, W0ZAC. Zach, how have you been?
Hello, Wes, and everyone on the net. I've been good. Thank you. Had a rough day at the office today. A bunch of people gone again, which seems to be the norm, but we just worked through it. Not looking forward to the weather coming in. I've got to leave here at, early in the morning, Wednesday, to head down to Springdale, Arkansas. Sounds like I'll be driving in some pretty rough weather early in the morning, probably 5:30 a.m. So we'll see. Hoping it turns into nothing. Nothing else for the net. Thanks for running it tonight. We'll go back to you, Wes, W0ZAC.
Well, all right, Zach. Yeah, I bet you that you have, if it does snow a bunch on Tuesday night, Wednesday, you're going to be really short-handed. So I hate to see that happen to you, but it is the way it is, I guess, in this time of year. Appreciate you checking in. I'm going to say 73 to you. And we're going to move down to Dave, KE6GAE. How are you doing tonight, Dave?
Oh, we're doing pretty good, Wes. Thanks for running the net. Just working on the gateway, trying to get the ports forwarded. I'm real close. Other than that, don't have a whole lot. Kind of like Zach, not looking forward to the weather, but at least Wednesday I can stay home and work from home. Other than that, that's about all I got tonight, so we'll pass it back to Net Control. Once again, Wes, thanks for running the net. KE6GAE, back to Net Control.
Yeah, David, that is a good thing that you can be home when the weather's bad like that. There ain't no sense in being out driving if you don't have to be, that's for sure. So we very much appreciate the work that you're doing for us on this D-Star. I know you've got a lot of time into this thing, but eventually it's going to be worth it. It's going to be fun. So I guess that I'm going to say 73 to you and move on down to the next on our list. Harold, K0SQS. How are you doing tonight, Harold?
KE0OC and the rest of the net, K0SQS. Doing just fine, Wes. Got a question for you. The tech day that we're going to go to on Saturday, does the tech day part of it start at 10 or is it actually start at 12? I think I read 12 o'clock on the Smart website. Just wanted to confirm that. Anyway, looking forward to getting the 440 repeater here at my house back on the air after the tech day people go through it. Anyway, hopefully the bulk of the heavy snow is going to miss us, but the way it's shaping up, I think we're in for a little bit of a snow. Back to you, Wes. Thanks for running the net, K0SQS.
All right, Harold. Tech Day starts at 10 o'clock. and Larry Lamano will do a presentation at 10. That is usually over by 11, and then we start working on radios. But considering you've got a fairly big project, I would say you might want to be there before 11 for sure, maybe 10:30 or so, because yours is a fairly large project. So get it on the bench as quick as you can would be my suggestion. I'm not sure exactly what time I'll be there. I'm going to try for 10:30, something along that line, but then again, I know how my life goes. So, but I'll be there as soon as I can, and I will hang out with you and spend the day with you. And then, of course, while we're working on stuff, people, once Winter Field Day starts, I believe I was told 1 o'clock is when it starts, we will be doing some radio work too, getting there on the radios and making some contacts, which is always fun. And then food is always a good plus too. So hopefully we'll get your repeater fixed and we'll have some fun. And I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Are you planning on going to breakfast on Saturday?
Oh, I'm going to stick here in Monette and eat breakfast here with my golfing buddies, but then go on up to Springfield. So won't be at breakfast Saturday.
Yeah, it's been undecided here whether or not we will be at breakfast. We'll just have to see how it goes. I kind of was hoping to, since it's in Mount Vernon. It's one of the close ones for me. So we'll see if I can make it or not. But I do plan on definitely being up there in Springfield and meeting up with you there. So say 73 to you and move down. And the last one on our net logger list is Mel, KF6OZ. How are you tonight, Mel?
AE0OC, this KF6OZ. I'm doing fine. It helps to have my HT connected to the outside antenna. Works through the repeater better. Sometimes I can reach it from inside the house just with a handy talkie, and sometimes not. So tonight I made sure I had it hooked up to the outdoor antenna. Should be working right. And we just got plenty of groceries today, and got a full tank of gas. Propane tanks filled up. I guess we're ready for the snow, and I will, because I'm retired, I will enjoy looking out the window and watching it and saying a prayer for those that have to be out there struggling with it. Other than that, everything's going real good here, and I bet I'll find plenty of project work to do downstairs in the basement in my ham shack when we have the bad weather. KF6OZ.
All right, Mel. I guarantee you I got plenty of stuff to do inside, so I'm not too concerned about that. Did make a little progress outside today, though. I now have control cable wires ran all the way into the house from the rotator, so we're getting close. I need to run it on over to the desk and put some ends on it to, spade connectors to go onto the back of the controller, and should be ready to start turning the antenna. So looking forward to doing that. And hopefully I'll get to see you Saturday at breakfast. So if possible, I'll be there. I'm going to say 73 to you. And we're down at the bottom of the list. And before we move on to over-the-air check-ins, I just wanted to give a quick shout-out to our newest member of the OARS Club, who is on our live chat or the chat on our live stream right now. Peter, W0GOD, he just signed up to be a member actually last Saturday. I got everything all turned over to Harold for him. So looking forward to seeing him at meetings and stuff like that. So that being said, I'm going to move on down and see if we've got any more check-ins. This is AE0OC. Any check-ins for the OARS D-star Net?
KE0LTG, Aurora.
Lawrence, you're making it in tonight. KE0LTG, how are you doing?
Well, doing well, thanks to Sean. Last week I had to switch a setting on the radio. I had it on microphone, and for D-star I had to use the microphone ACC setting. So that got me going good. So I have to thank Sean for helping or suggestion with that. I think it was Sean, or I don't know if it's David, but I think it's Sean that helped me with that. I appreciate all the help I can get. I was sick a week there, so I ordered an audio book from the library. I don't know if anyone's readers. This was Green Hills of Africa by Ernest Hemingway. Some thought it was his best work. And so if someone needs to go on a 1933 safari, he pretty well gets you on one real quick. And of course, with the audio book, they had different people doing different characters, but if you need a African safari hunt, he'd probably be the guy to get you started there. Of course, with a safari, you got to have a lot of beer and whiskey to make it a success.
Yeah, from what I've heard about Hemingway, I would say that he definitely had plenty of the whiskey with him while he was there. Yeah, I think that he was a pretty heavy drinker, from what I've heard.
Yeah, pretty heavy, pretty regular, and he was on his second wife by then. He did have a comment about he didn't have any desire to be righteous. So I don't know exactly how he got to that point, maybe World War I. He talks about a Springfield, and the only Springfield I found in 1933 was like a World War I rifle that's 30-06, and he's running around Africa shooting big game with his 30-06 apparently, and then when he gets a good hit or wounds, they have to track it and put some more bullets in it.
Yeah, I would say that is probably the Springfield that he was using. It was I believe it was model 1906 was the model that came out in 30-06 and was used in World War I. So that is probably what he was using. Lawrence, I'm not sure if you came back to me there, but if so, you did not make it in.
Well, he does real well. He doesn't use a lot of words. He uses sort of short, direct sentences that have some weight to them to bring you into the story. But anyway, for a 1933 hunt, it was definitely different than today. I mean, they're over there a month or two, and they're shooting all kinds of stuff. They're shooting leopards and jaguars and lions and kudus and sables, and if something catches their fancy, they ask the local where it is and go shoot the thing. So, of course, they want trophy stuff. They want theirs to be bigger than the other hunters. So, anyway, I got over my sickness some. At the time, my eyes was such I couldn't really read, so the audio book was a little bit of a change. So I thought in case somebody gets trapped in the cold and they want to take a safari, that would probably get them going.
All right. Well, thanks, Lawrence. And I get too sleepy when I read a book, so that's what I do is audio books. I enjoy them a lot. They can really get you wrapped into things, too. So I'm going to say 73 to you. And got a little message from Marvin. He is out and about and can't reach the repeater, so we'll have to catch him tomorrow night, hopefully. This is AE0OC. Do I have any further check-ins for the OARS D-star Net?
Recheck K0SQS.
Go right ahead, Harold.
Oh, I was just going to say the If it was a Springfield and it was a World War I arm, that's 1903 A3 Springfield 30-06 caliber, the primary weapon used by the U.S. forces during World War I. Pretty much of a takeoff on the 1898 Mauser. Anyway, just a little bit of historical information. K0SQS.
You are correct. It is an 03A3. That is right. I know where I got the 1906. That was the Winchester Pump Action 22. I've got one of those. So, yeah. 03A3. You are correct. Liz A0OC, do I have any further check-ins for the OARS D-star Net? All right. Well, we upped our numbers by one. Lawrence topped us over to make 9 check-ins for the night, including myself, which is doing spectacular for a brand new net like this on a standalone repeater. I think that we're doing really good. So I am going to call this a net and return the D-star machine back to normal operations. 73, everybody. Thanks a lot.